These are 7 players that are absolutely going to ruin your fantasy football season. Starting with number 1, you're not going to like it, Trey McBride. Now, the problem with Trey McBride is that I think this offense pretty much has to change how they're run. I think they deep down want to play through Marvin Harrison Jr. They need a desperate second-year breakout from him because they cannot just dink and dunk their way with Kyler to victory. That is clearly not a method that's going to work in this offense. And I think, as much as people want to say he's bound to regress positively in the touchdown department, which he probably will, it is really hard for Kyler Murray to see anywhere in the red zone. If he's 10 yards away from the goal line, the DBs are pressed up so much, there's such a clutter in the middle of the field, he can barely see over his O-line. I think that's just how the Cardinals are. It's really hard for him to throw anything but some fade to the corner of the end zone. He's going to scramble around a bunch, look for a wide open target. If it's not there, it's incomplete. I just have some systematic worries about this. And on top of that, his targets could come down. He had 147 targets last year. I mean, it's not crazy to say that even if his touchdown numbers go up, his receptions do go down, And the main thing is the opportunity cost here. At the 2-3 turns, some people take him around pick 15 to 22. I'm just not on board. George Kittle's two rounds later. Much prefer him. David Njoku, much later. Tyler Warren, much later. I think they can do similar things. David Njoku averages 9.9 targets per game when he's healthy. Joe Flacco 2 years ago loved him. This past year, he got a ton of targets. I just don't think Trey McBride gets you the positional advantage you need. In the second round, I think in the second round, there are so many players that when you pass them, like A.J. Brown, Ladd McConkey, Tyreek Hill, Bucky Irving, JT, all these guys, you can't really make up for that afterwards. That's a tier of players you cannot make up right after, and I think you're sacrificing too much to get a great tight end. Now, the second player, similar thought process. I see so many drafts where Josh Allen goes, then Lamar goes, and then immediately the next pick, Jaden Daniels goes. For whatever reason, people are scared as soon as they see the top 2 quarterbacks go, a quarterback avalanche starts. And Jaden Daniels is great. He averaged over 20 points per game his rookie year. But generally, when rookies have that good of a first season, like C.J. Stroud, they do take a little bit of a step back in year 2 because more film is out there on them. Now, I'm not expecting Jaden Daniels to be terrible. But the thing is, last year he had 25 passing touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns. He only had, I believe it was 68 red zone attempts. That was 14th in the league. 15th in amount of deep balls passed last year. I just don't see in this offense the immense Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen upside, and seeing him go right after when he should be pretty much a full round or more later, it's just too much opportunity cost for me. If he was going in the 4th round, sure, I'm all down for it. Even the late 3rd round, whatever. But seeing Josh Allen go around pick 24 to 27, then Lamar, and then Jaden right after, I just can't do it. You're getting a much worse player. You are not getting the advantage you think you are. You need to be taking a Tyreek Hill, or if you think it's I don't know, if you think it's Marvin Harrison's breakout year or Kenneth Walker or Breece Hall, whoever it is in that area, that's going to actually give you a positional advantage. I just don't see Jaden Daniels making enough of a leap to make up for where you're having to draft him, if that makes sense. Now, James Cook, last year, 52 red zone touches. That was 14th in the league, okay? He played in 16 games, 18 total touchdowns. Do we really think the guy with the 14th most red zone touches, is going to repeat? 18 touchdowns? I don't think so. And the funny thing is, since he signed his contract, his ADP is skyrocketing on multiple sites. He's back into the late 20s, so the early 3rd, mid-3rd round. Are we serious? Are we do we not understand how regression works? The dude is only averaging 2.4 targets per game. If he loses any touchdown work, he is useless. He was the RB11 in points per game last year. He scored 18 freaking touchdowns. Does that if you score 18 touchdowns, you better be a top 5 back. I'm sorry, that's just how it has to be. And if you don't have receiving upside, I'm not drafting you in the 3rd round like that. So I don't know. If you guys want to go for it, go for it. I will not be doing it. His workload is not nearly enough. Derrick Henry can score 18 touchdowns and have no receiving work because he's also getting 2,000 yards, because he's also getting a ton of touches that James Cook just simply is not getting. I'm not doing it. Plus, Josh Allen and Ray Davis are going to take more work, especially in the red zone. I'm out. Next up, Sam Laporta. Same exact case as Trey McBride, except Sam Laporta is going in the 5th round, and I think he's obviously much, much worse than Trey McBride in fantasy. His targets, 83 last year compared to 120 the year before. That's a huge drop-off, but the main thing that we knew was going to drop off from year 1 to year 2, the touchdowns. 10 touchdowns year 1. Obviously, that was bound for regression. He goes from 14 to 10.9 points per game. He's still getting decent red zone work, 19 targets. But, guys, the Detroit Lions scored 33 points per game last year, and he averaged just under 11 points per game. That's insanity. They're going to score less, probably closer to 26 to 28 points per game. 33 is outrageous. They lose Ben Johnson. They lose two O-linemen. His depth of target is nowhere near like a guy like George Kittle, too. It's only 7 yards downfield. Like, the catches he gets are not big, burning plays downfield. So I just don't think he has the clear upside you need, and I'm just saying, I had a draft the other day where him and TJ Hawkinson both fell into the late 80s because David Njoku, Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland, Evan Ingram, Mark Andrews, there's so many guys that can easily match their production, if not be like 1 point per game worse or 2 points per game worse. It's not worth the 5th round draft capital. In round 5, there's Trevion Henderson, there's James Conner, Alvin Kamara, Calvin Ridley, all these great players. When you get to the 8th and 9th round, there are very few great wide receivers. You're just sacrificing way too much when you could just take Calvin Ridley in the 5th, Trevion Henderson in the 5th, and then just grab David Njoku, Tyler Warren, anybody. It's just do the 2v2, guys. Do the math on the 2v2. It's not worth it for Sam Laporta. Same thing goes for Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry. I love Baker. I think he'll have another good year, guys. I think he's going to be fine. But 41 touchdowns, a 7.2 touchdown percentage, that is always going to come down for a pocket passer. Jared Goff's had those years. Aaron Rodgers has had those years. Lamar Jackson has had those years. It always comes down the next year, especially losing Liam Cohen. Tristan Wirfs will be hurt for a good amount of the year. Chris Godwin's going to be hurt. I like Ibuka. I like Mike Evans, but I'm fine drafting them. If you can get Baker in like the 9th round, okay, fine. But guys, he's going in the 60s. I just looked at the ADP on multiple sites. He's going in the 60s. We are chasing the year he just had when we need to be finding the next Baker Mayfield. Find the next Baker Mayfield in the 140s. Maybe it's Jordan Love. Maybe it's Trevor Lawrence. Maybe it's Geno Smith or something crazy, like completely undrafted. It's probably Dak Prescott. He's going to go nuts. But there's just so many quarterbacks that are on his level that would you be shocked at all if Dak Prescott or Jordan Love outperformed Baker straight up? I wouldn't be. Like, it's not crazy to say that. Jordan Love was hurt all last year. Dak Prescott was hurt all last year. I don't know. I just think you're sacrificing too much, taking him in the 6th or 7th round when there's guys 3-4 rounds later that are clearly just as good and haven't broken out yet. Okay? Then RJ Harvey. Why are we drafting a handcuff running back in the 50s or 60s? He's listed as the backup running back right now. He's not going to be the RB5 like it was initially listed on the depth chart. I'm not buying that. I think he'll be the RB2. But guys, I would love to be enlightened. When's the last time a 24-and-a-half-year-old rookie running back balled out? I don't know, but it's not looking good, guys. Like, I just don't. He's undersized. He's old. He's the backup already. The offensive line's good, and Sean Payton running backs usually do well, so that's like the one case for him. But I'm not paying the most elite handcuff price ever. I'll do it for Trevion Henderson because I think he's going to clearly break out and just be the guy because I think he's that much more talented than Harvey. I don't think Harvey is some absolute specimen that's just going to completely say, JK, you're done. I'm the guy here. I just don't see it. Maybe you do, but in the 50s and 60s, once again, opportunity cost, just give me James Conner. Give me the guy who's literally going to average 17 points a game because he's just that every single year. Or Alvin Kamara, or Trevion Henderson, or just any other running back in that range. I just prefer them all. And then finally, the worst running back value right now, going in the 60s to 70s right now, Brian Robinson Jr., the thing with him, he gets drafted so highly sometimes because people are just so desperate for running back. If you're in a league where running backs go early, you do not want to be stuck with him because his best case scenario is Jamal Williams' season, where Jamal scores like 18 to 20 touchdowns. This dude's scoring 8 to 9, guys, averaging between 3.9 and 4.3 yards per carry. His receptions, awful. He's not running that many routes. He's 43rd in routes run. He's 20th in red zone touches. That is not good enough, guys. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt is also breathing down his neck, the good 7th-round rookie. I don't think a 7th-round rookie is going to take that much work, but even if it's like 20% of Robinson's workload, if it's like 20% for Ja'Cory, if it's like 40% for Brian, and the other 40s for Eckler, I just don't see how Brian Robinson can possibly pay off that ADP of a 60th to 70th pick, okay? If you guys like this type of video, drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.